Guess who's back?
You're now listening to Unapologetic, the podcast, with your two hosts, Trey and Reg, discussing any and everything unfiltered.
Get this started. Yo, what up, everybody? You know the vibes. Unapologetic, the podcast. We are back with another episode. I'm going to introduce the lady first, Miss Christy.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing great. Can't complain.
Ain't no Smurf. He needs no introduction.
What's happening? Back again.
Absolutely.
Back again. 1/2 of coffee and apple juice. Always representing. Appreciate you having me on as always.
I'm glad you can be here. And of course, y'all know who I am, Reg's Prime Minister. But let's start with you, Miss Christy. Tell us a little bit about yourself. You got any social medias you want to plug? You want the people to follow you? What?
Social media that I'm on, my social media for IG is I am Christy Sawa, and the same thing for my TikTok account. I am Christy Sawa.
Okay, so Sawa, SW.
It's SAWA.
Oh, SAWA. So Christy Sawa, SAWA. Go follow her. She follow back. Yep.
Yeah.
But
She a good follow.
yeah. You know what? You kind of since I'm not at home, I'm out here in Washington. You was the first female that came to mind. You don't mind being referred to as a female, do you?
I do not.
All right, we're gonna get into that. Gotta make sure. I gotta make sure. These days you don't know. But yes, all right. So you was the first female that came to mind. Do even because of the time difference and whatnot. And then I wanted a female for some of the topics that we probably gonna talk about. And also, you're a viewer, so I was like, why not? Why not? And I didn't even know that. What's up with you, though, Smurf?
Ain't nothing, man. You know me. Fresh off work, fresh out the gym.
Okay.
Just, showered, ate, ready for the podcast, representing Nipsey for the night since his birthday just passed.
With Blue, you get in the streets?
I'm debating on it.
Oh.
But I doubt it. Just on the strength that it's been a long ass week work wise.
Mm-hmm.
Like dealing with a lot of shit, trying to prep for a lot of shit since we about to expand our main building, and then they're looking for other spots to expand. So we got our hands full at the moment.
I'm gonna try to get in the streets, but I forgot I gotta edit this shit too. And I want to go check Christy out at work. So I gotta see you before I leave, Chris. We gotta at least get up before I leave.
Yeah, we got to link up.
Yeah. So
look, go on and check Christy out in her outfit.
Yeah.
Her uniform, that uniform she gotta wear.
You a bartender, right?
No, I'm a cocktail server at the casino.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a drink or something.
Look, here's the funny part. All cocktail servers wear the same fucking fit.
Yes.
Because they have the same exact fit at our establishment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I was like, did not know that.
I need to be in Vegas somewhere making these tips.
Man, you make a killing.
Yeah, Vegas, Hard Rock, and Hollywood. Well, right up the street from Miami, Hollywood, Florida. Yeah,
Atlantic City.
Yeah. Well, hey, what are y'all thoughts on Haiti? Have y'all been up with the news? Y'all saw?
I have not. Fill me in.
So Haiti had what is it? 7.4.
Yes.
7.4 earthquake, and it caused a whole bunch of other shit to happen. As far as in what was it? A tidal wave? Was it a tidal wave?
I'm not for sure what the remnants of after the earthquake, but I just know it killed about 1,400 people in Haiti and about 7,000.
Yeah. So, my condolences to everyone in Haiti, family members that's affected, anyone that watches, watches or listens, anyone that has, family members or is affected by Haiti, my condolences. Man, talk about that.
That's tough.
Yeah, I just feel bad because it just seems like all these bad things is happening to this country, and it's trying to get a lot of support just to build them back up.
Yeah. Yeah. And Haiti has a lot of Haiti has a lot of descendants from Haiti that are very, very, very rich. So you would think that country would have the country of Haiti would have more support or more, money than what it does.
Yeah.
Kind of even so Osaka's donating money, and which is interesting because she decided to be a part of was it China? It was Korea.
Yeah.
For the Olympics. Japan for the Olympics.
Japan.
But her mother's Japanese and her father's is Haitian.
Yeah.
So
fortunately, she didn't make it through the round yesterday, so she's out of the actual conference. So
yeah.
I don't know how much proceeds she'll get from playing this far, but sure she'll donate something.
Yeah, she was gonna donate. I mean, I don't like to count nobody's pockets, but I'm pretty sure. But even if she didn't make it, she got it anyway. I mean,
she still got endorsements, things like that. So
absolutely. And even more, severe than that, Afghanistan. I'm pretty sure y'all saw what happened at the Kabul airport.
Man,
they were evacuating. They were evacuating the Americans, and they had the Afghans hanging onto the plane. The plane had actually took off, and you saw bodies falling from the plane.
I just saw still images. I was like, yo.
Yeah, it's actually video, but yeah.
No, I wasn't trying to check the video because I was like,
It was hard not to see on my timeline.
It was crazy. I didn't know what it was. I was like, what are they circling around there? And I was like, wow. Yeah. Because I just saw the plane flying, and then you see the little circles, and they were actually circling the bodies of people that was falling from the plane. While it was in the air, and it wasn't like like it was just a couple feet off the ground. Like the landing equipment had just came up. It was actually in the sky.
Right.
And I had just read that actually one of the best Afghan teenage soccer player was actually one of the bodies that fell, because he felt like once the Taliban was going to take over the country, that was going to kill his chances of becoming a soccer star.
Oh, wow.
So he was sad. I just read that probably like an hour ago.
Yeah, that's sad, man, to have that thought process. I mean, I get it, but like to try and fight your way out in some type of desperate measure like that, man, it's sad to see.
Yeah, I mean, even to want to get out that country that bad, like,
right?
Because I mean, like my logic is, I'm not going to survive that anyway. If I hang on to this plane, wherever this plane is going, once this plane gets up to however high it's going to ascend, I'm not going to survive that anyway.
Right.
So it's crazy how the past 20 years we've been helping this country and support this country. But now it's in the same place it was 20 years ago before we got there. So a lot of people feel like they wasted their blood, sweat, and tears helping them. But we understand, like, okay, did we tried to help our help? It didn't work out. So what's next? A lot of people place the blame on past presidents, the current president. A lot of people place the blame on the current Afghan army. So what do we do? Or what do we think? What's next for us as a country to help another country? Do we help ourselves first before we help someone other country? It's just hard to say.
Yeah.
But who knows? That's
a great point. I think I've always thought that we should help ourselves before we help other countries. And as far, the blame on the presidents, I mean, I think it's hard to blame them because the pressure has been on every president since Bush to bring the troops home.
Yeah.
We can't really blame Biden for nothing. Trump started the drawdown of the troops. I mean, and I don't know, man. It's we can do whatever we want for them, help them out, give them weapons to fight the Taliban and everything, but you can't teach nobody heart. You can't buy heart and give it to nobody. So if you help this country out and do everything you need to do for them, and once the Taliban comes into on the scene, your military runs, the police hauls ass, the president leaves. Yeah, like, so, I mean, I mean, I think we for the most part we did what we could do or was supposed to do. I mean, we went there, we fucked the country up, we chased the Taliban out, we helped rebuild, everything that we basically tore up through the war.
Yeah,
I mean, they got to do something. I mean, I don't know. It's like me doing everything to your house that you need done and saying, hey, all you gotta do is maintain it now.
and then
and
then one small thing happens and you throw your hands up.
Mm-hmm.
Although I was listening to I forget what podcast I was listening to. They were talking about the Afghan president. They said this motherfucker left the country with like over $100-something million in back, like loaded that shit on the plane and took it wherever the fuck he went to. I was like, yo, to have that much money, like what do you do with that shit? Like what are you gonna do with all that bread?
Where is he gonna go?
That's a good question.
Beat the hell out of me.
That's a good question. I mean, that is a great question. Somebody need to find his ass. They need to figure out where the fuck he is right now. Yo, my man, your country is fucked up right now. You need to go back and take care of that shit. Like, somebody need to find his ass. I mean, to even
yo, imagine something happens to the United States and our fucking president bails out. I'll be mad to the bitch.
Yeah, I'm going to Bali. I'm about to go to the island.
I'd be so fucking mad.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Governor, was it the governor or senator from Texas went to Mexico? Was it Ted Cruz?
Yeah.
Yeah. When yep.
Yeah.
I was like, what kind of goddamn governor are you?
Yeah. But it's just crazy. So, as far as in what's going on in the country, because actually Taliban is coming over and they're not they don't want this a Western democracy, basically. They want to live under Islamic rule, Islamic laws, but they supposedly have agreed that for one of the agreements that women will have some rights under, I guess, whatever is allowed under Islam beliefs, which as far as I know, I don't, what rights can that or should that be? Like, I don't, as far as we know and we've seen and learned and heard, like a lot of women don't have a lot of rights in those countries.
Right.
So, I mean, but that's a lesson for us. I think we can't force our way of living, our beliefs, our whatever on other countries. Like a lot of them countries don't want to live that way. Like I heard, it's a lot of people, like a lot of the people are deleting their social media because they don't want that to be used against them and they be punished or killed because, once we came over there and, the country is more free. So, of course, people can post pictures of whatever they want to, having fun, drinking, doing this, doing that. But now the Taliban is in control, like that shit is a no-go.
Right.
So imagine that, you got to start deleting all your shit because you like, man, this shit probably can be used against me. I'm about to get killed. The Taliban is taking over. Man.
It was like them. It just seemed like them motherfuckers was waiting. They were just waiting.
Yeah. And shout out to Dre. Dre, one of the reasons why Dre can't be here is because he's saving the world for us. So he's hard at work. All this.
Shout out to our guy, man.
In Afghanistan, but that's all we can say about that. But I mean, for the most part, hopefully, I don't know, something could happen as far as on some kind of resolution, so that we don't have to send more troops over there because we already sent 5,000, and they're planning to send more. I mean, and within the next 2 weeks, it could be, as far as we know, it could be another full-out war. I mean, we don't know, but so hopefully something happens. I just hate for us to send people and then go through another war, and because me as a young soldier, when Iraq happened, like that ain't it.
Look, I need all y'all to hurry up and retire.
Oh, they about to report.
Look, I need all my friends and family that's in the military to go on and hurry up and go on and finish up.
Yeah.
Go on and finish up. Man.
You don't say. I'm right there.
If something came up
Mhm.
where God forbid something hit my timeline where one of my friends or family, passes away from being at war, I'm gonna be hot.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna be hot.
Unfortunately, that comes with raising your hand. But
Of course.
no one wants to go into that thinking like, I'm not coming back home.
Right.
Whatever else, because we all join for different reasons, whether it's college money, whether it's to make a life, get off the streets, whatever. So, I mean, war is the last thing on anybody on any of our minds. I mean, I've had, as a drill sergeant, I had soldiers that came in because it was a family tradition. They wanted their great grandfather did it, their grandfather did it, their dad did it. So they just want to follow in the line, or I want to fight for my country, but us of the darker color, that you don't hear that shit from us a lot. It's some other extenuating, whether it's money, getting off the street, college,
Right.
something else. But yeah. So
Something.
yeah, a lot of us ain't joining just to like, I want to go kick some Taliban ass. Like, nah, they ain't fucking with us. So
that was at the bottom. That was at the bottom of the fucking list.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I wouldn't think about no damn Iraqis when I joined. Like, hey, they ain't fucking with me. Like, but whatever, man. Did y'all watch Malice at the Palace on Netflix?
I haven't watched it yet.
Okay, but you are you're aware of what happened in in 04.
Nigga, I watched it live.
Yeah.
I was watching that shit live. Like, nigga, these niggas is really fighting.
Yeah. So we're not gonna stay on it too long. Did you watch it, Smurf?
I meant to watch it last night and I did.
Okay, so I'm not gonna spoil it for y'all, but it's just interesting, like watching it, because like I didn't know that the real raw footage of everything that happened was never released. So far as in what we know, like there is a lot of video, a lot of film that we never saw. Like everybody, of course, Artest and Jermaine O'Neal and Steven Jackson took all the blame and everything else, but through this video, they show actually everything and like footage that's supposedly never seen. But it was just interesting how like when you look at it, it seems like even Artest, like all of them was a part of the video, but it just seems like all the blame is placed on Artest. But then it kind of shifted to the guy that initially threw a cup or whatever at him. But definitely go watch it. If y'all are fans of basketball, watch it.
Artest hit the wrong dude in the beginning.
Yeah. And that's one thing. Yeah. And so the funny thing is, I hate to spoil it. Hopefully I'm not gonna spoil it for you.
You good.
But the dude he jumped on, there's a dude that came up behind him and grabbed him. That's the dude that threw the cup. That's the dude that
Yeah.
But yeah, they went through the whole sequence of the dudes that ran on the floor and he not one of them or whatever else. But yeah, watch it. Watch it. Hey, OnlyFans is about to ban all explicit content in what? September? Is it September or October? I think it's one of them.
Actually, I seen. So I think they're supposed to ban it in October. I seen something on Twitter from a sex worker saying that they emailed them saying that they'll be officially like completely done December 1.
Okay. Okay.
So Ray, still need my feet pics.
I think we make it. Feet pics.
Hey, we still can get this thing popping now.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we could definitely make money now.
Hey, they said nudity. They say shit about feet and hands.
Right, nudity and explicit, like long. Yeah, yeah, we can still do the feet pic. So I do think that's interesting because a lot of the money that they made over $200 billion last year, some shit like that.
Billion.
Yeah, all sex workers. So for them to just say, hey, we're done with this. And I get it because they're trying to, the owners of it are trying to sell the company to where they're selling it to, they're putting it out there. They haven't, I guess, figured out who they want to sell it to, but I guess a lot of the people that are interested in it are not interested in the explicit content of it. So that's why they're cutting that part of it out so they can actually sell it, which I mean, I get it. Like, look now, look at Facebook now. Like, I'm getting put in jail for 3 days from shit I posted back in 2019. Like, that happened to me 2 weeks ago. That happened to me 2 weeks ago. Like, I woke up, I'm just in the bed chilling, scrolling through Facebook, and it says your account is disabled for 3 days. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I click on the notification, it shows me something that I posted back in 2019. So either somebody reported this shit or they just randomly going through shit, from the past. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck?
Man, I got a notification about something I posted in 2017. It was a picture of that dude on the water boy when he had his shirt off. He was rubbing his nipples.
Okay.
I was like, I'm same way. Wake up, look at my phone. I'm like, the fuck? I look.
Yeah.
I'm like, y'all reporting this? I'm like, that ain't even me. First and foremost.
Yeah, I'm like, why the fuck am I blocked? But so I mean, far as in everyone that's actually making money, I mean, I think it's unfortunate. I think that was a nice little hustle once the pandemic hit and people because I mean, we didn't really know anything about OnlyFans until after the pandemic started, right?
But I'm
platform.
And that's why I was going.
There's other platforms. Yeah, there's other.
Snapchat. Because Snapchat, Twitter. Hey, my Twitter's been popping.
Yeah.
My Twitter, ever since Twitter took down the fleets, my Twitter's been popping. I was like, oh, we're back.
My Twitter stay on it, but yeah, I mean, I think there's still gonna be other avenues. I mean, I think OnlyFans was. I don't know why it took off or blew up the way it did. I mean, I don't know.
Because Tumblr did the same thing.
Okay.
Tumblr, because you remember Tumblr was the same way. Mm-hmm. That's where well, at least for my knowledge, that's where it originally started. And then Tumblr got rid of all the nudity and everything shifted. And so it started kind of cycling through Twitter, and then next thing you know, boom, OnlyFans. Now it's just like, okay.
So it's gonna be something else that pop up. They gonna migrate from OnlyFans to something else, and then
they finna get to the point where they gonna make their own website. That's about it.
All it takes is for one of us 25s to make something, to make a platform and sell it.
Some billion too.
Huh?
I want to be the owner making $2 billion.
Yeah, I mean, all it takes takes for one of us to make an app.
Oh, hey, let's.
Collectively, we can put heads together and make an app. Hell, I mean, it don't seem that hard. I mean, you got kids making apps. The kids that made TikTok, they're Japanese? One of them, they weren't adults. They were actually teenagers, but I mean, but OnlyFans is kind of legit too, though, because you signing up for it. So I did create an OnlyFans account. I didn't use it, but I was going to use it. I actually was going to funnel stuff through the podcast through it. But you actually fill out like information for your tax, for taxes. So you receive a W-2 for it at the end of the year from all your earnings from OnlyFans. So that's interesting part about it. Like it is kind of legit. If y'all didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely, Christy. You would get a W-2 from that.
Yo, hold up. Hold up. I just thought about something. You know how Twitter made it where you can get monetization on Twitter, where people can pay you on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
You think people will merge to Twitter? Like the sex workers will merge to Twitter since you can get paid on Twitter? I mean, shit, they already posting their shit on there.
Probably, but I think once you start flooding stuff, then that's when they start doing stuff. Because Twitter has the right at any given time to take your shit down. Look what they did to your former president.
That wasn't my goddamn president.
It was somebody. It was somebody.
I just dude, I've been in office for 4 years, and I was just like, all right,
It was somebody's. It was somebody. I was actually deployed when he came in office, man. That was a bad day.
Boy.
That was a bad day on Camp Everjohn. Absolutely. So the world that we're living in, everybody wants to be inclusive now. And I think, I don't know, it's weird how we're trying to appease to them and all this other stuff. So I was actually watching TV and I saw this thing that now they're trying to gender inclusive the language for breastfeeding. So, and the reason why is because they said it was reported because everybody that has a baby do not identify as a female these days. And that's what we're all about. We're all about what you identify as. You can be born a man, a woman, but whatever you identify as, that's what you are. That's what you are, and that's what you should be addressed by. Even the military has went this route for the most part. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, how do y'all feel about that?
Why does anyone care what you are? Is it hurting your feelings that you're breastfeeding your child as a mother? Why does it matter that you want to say you're a person who's lactating? I don't. What does it matter? Like purple, green, he, she, him, they. It shouldn't make a difference. Right. It doesn't self-esteem. Does it make you feel less of a person? I'm like, what does it give you as a person? If you can't be comfortable within yourself as your own person, why does it matter what I say, how you're breastfeeding your child?
You know, that is a great question. That's a real good question. But I mean, for us, I guess that, and I hate that, y'all correct me if I'm saying the wrong thing, but for us that are comfortable with the sex that we were born as, we might not find it offensive to be, I guess, referred to as like you a woman, him a man, me a man. So if I guess, I don't know. I mean, if I identify as a woman, but I'm clearly a man, like that shit is, I guess it's supposed to be offensive. But so even I don't know how many years ago this was, but when they started making like the bathrooms and everything, and they were like, well, you know, a man that identifies as a woman can use a female's bathroom. I had a real problem with that because you can get a damn pedophile that says, okay, I identify as a woman today. That's an easy way for them to be in a bathroom with a bunch of little girls and whatever else, you know. So that bothers me, but I can't say that because I'll be canceled and everything else. And I just have a small podcast, small following. But you know, the more we get into it, talk about it, like you be insensitive and everything else.
God forbid people try and cancel us on that. Shout out to this fake ass cancel culture. But
and shout out to the community, because don't get me wrong, I support the community, the actual LGBT.
Oh yeah,
CDF.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Every acronym, the community. But I do think a lot of this shit is going overboard to where we have to change the dialect or whatever else of breastfeeding and who you are, and even as I asked Christy, you know, do you mind me referring to you as a female? Like, you have a lot of women that say, well, a female what? Like a female, like you're a woman, you have breasts, you have a vagina, like that's what females have.
But I mean, this is what we've been accustomed to for forever. Like when you fill out an application, M or F, male or female, is what they ask you. Like, right. Like it's been going, you know. I was like, first Robin's goddamn bisexual, now this.
Yeah.
I'm like, and like you said, they're trying to force this shit on us, and it's like, yo, for what? Like, why? Mm-hmm. And like Christy said, if you're not comfortable with yourself, then that's a you problem, man. That is a you problem. That is not a me problem. That's not a Reggie problem. That's not a Christy problem. You problem. So you have to figure out what it is that you want, or you know, what you want to be identified as, and be comfortable with that. Yeah, absolutely. Because we're comfortable with being a man, and Christy's comfortable with being a woman.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, it is what it is. What
I just think it's weird because I mean, I even take it a step further. Like, I've always wondered, like, why do we have to feel the need that you have to come out and let people know, like, hey, I'm gay, I'm a gay man, or hey, I'm a gay woman. Like, who cares? Like, I mean, but that's a big thing that's everyone has to do these days. And I guess it's like a feeling of freedom and them liberating themselves or taking off the chains or whatever else. Now, you know, I got that out the way. Like, but I don't have to announce to the world that I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Does that go into play? How are men comfortable with their sexuality?
It could. So, I mean, now that you brought that up, I had read an article I actually posted in our group chat. It was one of the rappers from the Hot Boys, and they were talking about, you know, the Baby and Lil Wayne kiss, and he was, and so when Turk commented on it, he said that's something that we all did, like amongst each other, like when you're close with your homeboy, like you have affections toward them. It was not a passionate or affectionate kiss or anything, but I've never kissed Smurf in any way, shape, or form. My lips has never touched this man. My lips never touched a man besides my dad. So I don't like.
I probably shock you if you tried to kiss me like Birdman.
Yeah, I would hit myself. We will both kick my ass.
I shock you.
We will both kick my ass.
Like bitch. Fuck.
But I mean, that's a good question, Chris.
Damn good question. What has this world come to? Like on the serious note, like how have we transitioned all the way here? Like it's like you said, they want everybody to be so inclusive. Mm-hmm. And that's cool. Mm-hmm. But it's like let these people do it the way that they want to do it, and let's not force it down everybody's throat to be like, oh, we need to make sure that we recognize, like, because either way it goes, you're still gonna have people that rock with them. You're gonna have people that ain't gonna rock with them.
Right.
So it's no point in forcing it. Just let the chip fall where they may. They'll be able to weed out who supports them and who don't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, now that you asked that question, Christy, I think I don't think men are given the freedom or whatever else to be 100% comfortable in that regard, because masculinity is always forced down our throats. Masculinity is always forced down our throats. Like from whatever age, like even like as a young boy, when you fall down and if you cry, like, oh, be a big boy, be a man. Man ain't supposed to cry. Man's supposed to blah blah blah, be tough, you know. But if you watch your little sister fall down, it's a whole different story. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. You look like you want to say something. Go ahead.
All right.
Well, for me, I was raised by a single father, so he taught me to be on my own, do for me, and do for what I need to do is handle my business. So me raising a daughter as a single mother, I remember one time I was teaching her how to ride a bike, and it was a girl, she was riding her bike and she fell and she started crying. So I said, hey, you see that little girl crying because she fell off her bike? I said, so when you fall off your bike, you get up, you wipe yourself off, and you get back on that bike. I taught her, don't cry. I don't know if that was a wrong way to teach a young lady not to cry, but more so be tough and to handle it and keep it moving. Don't let the world see you out here being weak. Okay. So some people may say that's wrong for me to teach a young lady that, but that's what I was taught to me by my father. So when you say a man is being taught to be masculine, in some sense, I was taught to be not weak, to be strong.
Well, so in your sense, as far as in what you told your daughter is a little different. You didn't tell her don't do it because she's a woman or a big girl. You're telling her don't let the world see, your weakness. Mm-hmm. But, on the other side, we're telling men, you're not supposed to be weak. You're not supposed to have moments of weakness or be vulnerable or emotional or whatever else. Like you're not telling your daughter like you can't be emotional. So I think that's different. And even as far as with the masculinity thing, and we're not gonna put our mutual friend on blast, but she's one of them. Like for you know, a lot of women, they'll tell you, oh, you can't wear shorts that's above your knee. That's feminine. That become feminine. Or you can't do this or you can't do that. Like I understand, like if a nigga got his balls hanging out of shorts because they so high, that's something different. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of things that play into it that like I think that comfortability part, as far as in, you know, because I do see a lot of men on my timeline now that wear shorts, you know, that around their thigh, which don't look bad to me. I don't care. I don't care what you wear as a man. I mean, you do you. But some of this shit is outrageous. But a lot of that comes into masculinity too. They'll start questioning your manhood or your masculinity. How masculine are you? You know?
And then it also entails it plays a role when we get into relationships as well, because now we don't know how to express our feelings because we've been taught to keep our emotions in,
right?
And now we have somebody who wants us to express our feelings and we don't know how.
Yeah, well, I got some shit to talk about. I'm not gonna do it. Go ahead, but yeah, you're absolutely right.
Hey, look, I'm gonna need you this weekend or either Sunday or Monday. So we might go ahead and get that off.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like you said, like we've been taught this at an early age, and as we grow and try and evolve, it becomes hard to do because we don't know how. And then sometimes when we do it, we get looked at like the fuck, and it was like, what? This is what you asked for. So
you ever ran into that, Christy, to where you was actually dating a man and I guess either he didn't express himself or had problems to express himself, didn't know how to express himself to you because of, I guess, well, it might have been someone before you, a woman like, nigga, why are you crying? Like, or I don't want to hear that shit. You a man, like blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? But it could actually be a man venting to you, telling you his problems, his issues. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of women view that shit as feminine or not masculine because he's emotional or he's this or that or whatever else.
Well, I'm the type of person, I don't like to see anyone cry. Because if they make me cry. Okay. So I see my daughter cry because it's going to make me emotional. So I don't want to get to that emotional state because I was raised to not show emotion. If I was to actually see one of my male friends cry, I wouldn't know how to handle it. And especially, what are they crying for? Are they crying because somebody else hurt them? Then I'm going to want to hurt that person who hurt them. But if they're crying because they can't handle it in day-to-day life or something's going on at work, I'm going to try to console them. But at the same time, I'm hoping they don't show it at work and they show it at the house amongst us. So,
right.
You know, I'm glad you said that because I think that's probably one of the bigger issues that the way it's pushed on us, we're not supposed to be like that or that emotional. So when it does happen, a lot of women may not know how to handle it because it's foreign. You know, if it's something that's not only ingrained in us men, but ingrained in women too. Like, oh, that nigga ain't supposed to be crying. He's supposed to be a man. Men are supposed to be protectors. We're supposed to be this. We're supposed to be that. Like, so that show that or that sign of weakness is not supposed to be there. But if you can't be vulnerable or weak with someone that you're intimately into, not even relationship wise, let's just say one of your closest friends that loves you, you love them, like they should be able to, you know, be able to come talk to you. And if the shit hits them somewhere to where, you know, it makes them cry, I mean, I think that should be a part of, you know, what happens. I mean.
Yes, I agree.
I think we're too busy trying to raise a bunch of thugs, man.
Man.
We're too busy trying to raise a bunch of thugs that just have, but then you want them to have feelings and have another side or whatever else.
Right. Right.
I mean, I don't know.
At this point for us, it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Right. I mean, I think our culture and society don't help that either, just as far as our specific culture, because the way it's displayed in music and movies and everything else, we are supposed to be more or less harder than whoever else and whatever. And even our women to a extent these days, like women ain't supposed to be too emotional. Y'all ain't supposed to be crying over niggas no more. Y'all supposed to be quote unquote niggas too, right?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's supposedly, but another story for another day.
I hate it here so much. I hate it.
So, hey, can the lack of attention make you fall out of love with someone or like or whatever, lust, whatever you're in?
Yep.
I would say yes, especially if you're getting it from somewhere else.
Christy, I don't want to put you on the spot here. I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you a grown question. We all, but I'm pretty sure me and Smurf can attest to it. Have you ever cheated on someone in your life?
After they cheated on me.
Okay, so you never initiated.
Revenge. She revenge cheat.
Oh, revenge. Yeah. All right. But I was just asking. But so you said, especially if you're receiving this from somewhere else. So, and I guess I'm going to veer off a little bit. So, ain't that kind of like cheating, though?
Getting attention from another person that is lacking in your household, in your relationship?
Yeah.
Okay, so for example, if I'm married or have a relationship in-house, and he used to tell me, hey, you look beautiful today, or do little things for me around the house, or do little things for me like when I get home. But I'm at work, and just say I have a work husband, they say. And I at work, it's like, oh, you smell good today, Christy, or your hair, that you did something different with your hair, and they're giving you these compliments or giving you the attention that you're not getting any more at home. Do you consider that cheating? No.
No. It depends on how you take it and you feed into it. But yes, so yes.
Okay.
But you're saying if you receive it from somewhere else.
Yeah.
So I need to think about it.
I mean, but you have some people who will consider that like emotional.
Emotional.
Yeah.
Damn sure emotional. Let a man do it though, Chris. Let a man do it.
Okay, but
so if your man like let's say like your man it's been a while since you told him like, baby, you looking good or you smelling good or whatever else, and let's say you post a picture on IG and a woman comment is like, damn, you looking real good.
am I going to get upset?
He's definitely gonna get a who's that bitch telling you look good. I'm pretty sure.
Take on it. If someone tells me that my is out there looking good, smelling good, and fly, that means okay, he's out there presenting himself as a good-looking man, and I'm proud of him. He's out there representing part of me, per se. Upset because someone's giving him a compliment. I'll be like, "Yep, my man looking good. That's right."
You don't want to know who that bitch is. I'm pretty sure you want to know. Well, you might fall outside.
I think it depends on how far that comment goes.
Yeah.
Yes, like if he's painting her, that's a different story,
Well, and I won't even say that because I won't even get to the if he's entertaining if he's entertaining a part. It's more so the comment, because you have people, we all. I've had my friends do that when I was married. Like I'll post a picture, and my friends are, ooh, you look good, blah, blah, blah. And it's nothing by it. But you may have somebody who may take their comment a little bit too far.
The social media detective's gonna get on that. It might be your friends. They done clicked on her picture, her profile, they'll scroll her shit. They look to see what pictures of hers he's done commented on, see if there's some history. Like, oh yeah, the background check is about to be thorough.
Oh, background check is always thorough.
That happens. But I'm not going to address that with that man or look for that woman to say something to that woman. Because it also depends what type of relationship do you have. Is it communication there between you and him or him and her, however you may want to do it.
Right.
But the thing, of course, if I'm in a relationship, I'm going to validate my man in the same sense he's going to validate me. I'm going to have that communication between us so our is solid. I'm not going to have some outside entity come in and say, "Ooh, oh, I was talking with your man the other day," and I'm not just going to jump on his throat. It's going to be some dating going on before I accuse him of anything. So I'm not just going to come off like that. I'm going to do my research and understand before I come down somebody's throat. So just tell me my man look good. You basically telling me I'm looking good.
Okay. So is a lack of attention a deal breaker?
No, you have to work on that and communicate with that. So I wouldn't say.
I would say yes and no.
Oh yeah, I was about to.
And I would say yes and no on the strength of if, and it goes back to what Christy just said, communication. Because if let's say I communicate with you about it, that I'm not getting the attention that I want, or that I feel like I should be getting, and it doesn't get addressed, then we got a problem.
And that attention might be coming from somewhere else to.
All right.
Then the grass looks a little greener on the other side, and yeah, that same song and dance, huh?
Yeah, man.
And you jump on that grass, and then a couple months later you realize,
shit. Sometimes they ain't even that.
Yeah, this shit ain't too green over here.
Shit. Sometimes they ain't even that, because you still not getting the fucking attention where you need to be getting it.
Yeah, or the attention is good in the first couple months, and then once get familiar and used to you, it's like, I ain't really gonna do the shit I was doing before. So
then motherfuckers get complacent. But we all get complacent. There always there's always a spot in a relationship or marriage where both parties get complacent, and half the time it's nobody's fault. It's just the way it goes, because you get into a rhythm. You get into this rhythm with each other, especially if you're living with each other. Y'all get into this rhythm, and y'all just going. Yeah. And then one person realizes, oh shit, I'm not, we're not doing some of the same shit that we used to do. So it happens.
Oh, you get reminded quick.
Bruh.
You got to open the door for me. You ain't open the door. Like it might not happen right then and there, but sooner or later, who's that bitch? What bitch? Men get reminded quicker than women, because I feel like men, we're not as prone to it, or consistent.
Yeah. Well, if he fails to open the door for me after years down the line, you know what I'm gonna do? I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna open the door for him and see what he gonna do. I ain't saying open the door
for you. All right. Just a little subtle reminder, like you forgot something. Okay. Hey. So speaking of that, so as being a transitioning from single to in a relationship, because we all had our little whole phases, that we went through, maybe, we was out there, which out there don't necessarily always mean bad, but once you get in a relationship, should that be held against you?
Of being single and having a whole phase and then getting into a relationship, should that affect? Is that what you're saying? Well,
should it be held against you? Because some people will throw that in your face and bring it back up, like, oh nigga, you was a hoe, or you was blah blah blah, this or that or whatever else.
Like, so
yeah. and
okay, so that goes into play where when you get into a relationship, you have to know yourself. And if you're getting in a relationship with someone, then you're saying that you're getting to know them, or you know them, and you're accepting everything that's involved in their life, whether it be their children, their family, their past life.
Yes, a lot of people have trouble with that. A lot of people say they do, they accept it, but they really don't. Once they have to accept it, then they realize, okay, I'm not ready for this.
So that's why they have to know themselves first, whether they're going to deal with something in that manner.
Mm-hmm.
That's because motherfuckers be worried about too much. Like once if you get to that point where you feel like y'all are ready to be in a relationship, all that shit, it's like you start a clean slate.
Yes.
It's
But
like starting
into the relationship, that becomes a problem.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Relationship.
Yep.
I agree. Yeah. But I think there are some alibis too.
What's that?
I think there are some.
What's that? What's the alibi?
Well, so I was just thinking about it because I was going to ask you a question when you said that, Smurf. So let's say if I was entertaining a woman and we was getting a little close, getting to that point to where we were going, become a couple, and she was, and she may have said something. Well, that's a bad example. Yeah, it wouldn't work. I was going to use as far as in, maybe finding out that this woman that I'm with was with one of my other homeboys. But from the beginning, so if she told me that from the beginning, then nah, it ain't nothing it's nothing I'm gonna be like, I'm cool with that. And then we got later on down the road, I'm like, I just can't. Nah, right. But no, from the beginning, I'll be like, nah, we can't.
I was in a situation where I was crushing on this one guy, and then I found out a previous friend of his, or one of his homeboys, his best friend. And when I found out who he was, I indulged information. I was like, well, me and your friend have had a past encounter. I just want to put that up front with you before anything moved any further. So
okay. So was he okay with it?
At first, well, the relationship never went anywhere between him and I. Okay. So I'm assuming that he wasn't okay with that. So
yeah, probably so. Yeah.
And the only thing you can do is just it didn't work.
I always look at time frame, because you can tell a motherfucker that shit, and if that shit's been like 5-10 years ago, all right, so
yep,
yeah,
that had nothing, because I look at it, it had nothing to do with me. That had nothing to do with me, and maybe at that time, like he may have withheld that information against me then, So for me not to know, or for me to know, and then, just so happens, life comes back around and we take an interest in each other. And then it's just like, oh yeah, you used to talk to my homeboy X amount of years ago. And it's just like, well, I mean, I always look at what's the time frame.
True. So I think, for me, I think it is the person. If it's a close friend, it's still a no for me. And I think it's knowing. I know that any woman I'm entertaining, I said this before, that she has a history. She's had sex before. She's done this. She's done that. Whatever else. Okay. Like you said, that's past. That's history. But if it's a friend, and we just all happen to be in the same, space at the party together, and you like, I'm here, what I'm saying? You never know what your friends think. Your friend might be, hey man, damn, I missed that pussy. Or you might be thinking like, I'm in here with my girl and one of my closest homeboys, and she used to suck on his dick. Like, that shit just don't sound right. It don't sit well.
Now, yeah, close friends, yeah. But I'm just saying, like,
now if it's a random nigga you don't know, then yeah, of course.
Or that you know of, and y'all have run-ins type shit. Then that's something different. But like, yeah, I agree with you there. If it's somebody like that I'm real tight with, then yeah. Nah.
Scenarios out there that can play into getting into a new relationship. For example, I got into a new relationship in 3 weeks, and he came to me and he was like, hey, I want to tell you my ex-girlfriend is pregnant. What do you do? And so I was like, damn.
You said 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Run! Let me stop.
It was like 8 weeks. She was 8 weeks pregnant. We had,
yeah.
But
For that one, I got you have to figure out, hey, where are you going?
That nigga.
Yeah, what are we doing?
That mean that nigga spun the block, boy.
Yeah, are you trying to be, what are you trying to do? What's going on between y'all? I got to figure all that shit out. Like, yeah. Hey, on social media, we see this a lot. Are there men out there that still XYZ? Are there women that still XYZ? When a lot of people don't realize that, yes, there are still men that open doors, chivalry still exists. There's still women that cook and does all this other shit, but you just might not be the one.
Hey,
that shit.
I laugh at that meme every time I see it.
So,
right.
So,
because if you like, do men still? Yes, you just ain't it.
Yeah,
you just ain't the one.
Why do y'all think that is, or why do y'all think it's so hard, or people just don't want to grasp that concept that everybody wants to think that they are pressure, top of the line, or whatever else. No one's better than them, but no one wants to realize, like, no, like, you're not for everybody. I'm not for everybody. You're not for everybody. Like, it's going to be some shit that this man brings out of Christy that the next man didn't, and vice versa for us. Right. Different people make you do different things. They tap into you in different ways, but no one ever realizes that. We just see that type of shit all day. Like, do men still? Do women still?
So is the issue where I'm entertaining a man doing everything a woman's supposed to do, cooking, and being that wife material, but he's just into me. He may have some issues in his past where he's emotionally not ready, just got, or just traumatized in a past relationship where he's not ready to commit.
Right.
And me as being a female, do I have the signs or see the signs that he's not into me and keep it moving? Or do I still entertain this man and do everything for this man knowing he's not going to commit to me?
Good question. Communication. If he's not going to commit, then I would say, me personally, I would tell my homegirl, well, I would never tell anybody that they got to leave or move on, because I just hate, because, I've been in relationships to where, I have fucked up and my woman's friend told her, oh, you need to leave that nigga. I'm like, what? When she told me that. But yeah, I don't think that's anything you should tell somebody as a friend. Not unless it's like some extreme circumstance, like, oh, he didn't like put his hands on you, put a gun in your mouth, some shit like that. But yeah.
I always tell a motherfucker, hey, you just need to figure out what's best for you. If you feel like you want to be with them and you can make them change their mind, hey, go for it.
Yeah.
Or this is just a place for you to, in the meantime, then do the meantime and keep it moving. But
that's it.
So do y'all think it's hard for us to accept the fact that we just ain't the person that they want to do these things for?
When you say we, you mean we as men or we as Black folks?
People in general.
Just people.
Yeah.
Some of us don't want to accept it, or some of us never experienced enough relationships to understand that. So it depends on what your experiences are and what you've been through. What you're willing to do.
And it might like, so for instance, if it's a man, it might just not be in his DNA. He might not be the open the door type person. He might not be the, hey, baby, look, we gonna do it this way. And you might want a man that's gonna pay 100% of the bills. And he just like, all right. You see it, because that shit's out there. Do niggas still take care of, there are niggas still providers? Like, yeah, they are. You just ain't the provider,
The provider. Trying to provide.
Yeah, you just, I mean, sorry, sweetheart.
I told a man before, hey, I think you might need to go through a couple of relationships before you be in a committed one, because he just didn't know.
That's sound advice.
It is.
That sound, as harsh as it sounds, like you say that, like if you say that, somebody might take offense to it, but I'm like, that's fucking sound advice. I don't give a fuck who you are.
And life is the best teacher. You gotta take a couple of ass kickings.
But I think we're all at that. We're all old enough and have been through enough in our experience that we're like, yeah, hey, you might want to do that. You might want to take some time and get yourself together before you commit.
Yeah. I know you gotta get up. Don't worry, I was about to, but no, I was about to. Yeah, but that is sound advice. So do he come back to you after he go through a couple relationships and did his thing, or what?
Negative.
Oh, so that's just the look. I ain't the one for you. You need to go through some shit so you can get right for another woman, not this woman.
Hey,
I've been known in the moan, so.
hey, Christy pull a Jordan on Byron Russell, pat him on the ass, tell him good game.
Good game.
Yeah.
Good game, sir.
But yes,
go out there and beat somebody.
Yeah, go better yourself for another woman, not this one.
Right.
Absolutely. But hey, guys, I enjoyed y'all. I appreciate y'all for joining me last minute, somewhat. You know,
come on, dog. You know I'm always here.
Mm-hmm. But to close this out, ladies first, Chrissy. You want to give your social media out again? You want to shout anybody out? What you got for us?
I just want to say thanks for having me on. It was nice talking with you guys. Again, my Instagram and TikTok is I am Christy Sawa. And I just want to say, go out and support Black colleges, please.
Hey,
I like that. Where'd you get that from?
Support blackcolleges.com. I got like 4 of them, different colors.
Okay. I like that. All right. Smurf.
Once again, appreciate you as always, my G, for having me on. Of course, everybody that watches Reggie's Pod, I am Smurf, 1/2 coffee and apple juice. Shout out to Miss Aisha Hadia. As always, just shout out to our group chats, our crew in our group chats. We love y'all as always.
Yeah.
And of course, Reggie, shout out to you for always having me on, man.
Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, shout out to Dre. Shout out to Dre, because
my God,
man,
he going
he out there.
They got his ass in it.
Look, as soon as you text me this afternoon, I said, I said they got Dre ass working.
Hey, they decided to pop that shit over at the right moment, because he ain't even been over there a month. He barely been over there a month.
Nah, shit.
Yeah, Afghan acting up. But like you said, shout out to Aisha. Yeah, for her letting me use you. I know Aisha's territorial. She's like, Smurf mine. Smurf is mine. But yeah, once again, thanks for y'all coming on. I enjoyed y'all. Thanks to everybody that watches and listens. Shout out to all the podcasters, my baby girls, my grandbaby. I just got I miss her now, man. She ain't giving me fever, but I got like her fever. Like, I want to watch her and carry her, but I don't want no more kids in this. No.
Oh yeah, shout out to all the kids starting school. My daughter she FaceTimed me her first day. Well, actually I had to FaceTime her, but like she texted me. I was like, oh, let me go on and FaceTime real quick. But yeah, so shout out to all the kids, even though it's still fuck them kids.
You gonna let Chrissy get out of here so she can go
make that money,
cocktail soup, and do her thing. Once again, I appreciate y'all for joining us, and for everybody that's watching and listening, thank you. As always, we're unapologetic, we're unfiltered. Chrissy, Smurf, Reg Prime Minister, we are out of here. See y'all next week.
All right.
Holla.
You know what it is. Thanks for listening to another episode of Unapologetic, the podcast. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.
Better follow me.